episode 6 of the 2021 Pennsylvania Kubb Championships. We are still in Elverson, PA. I bet you we're going to be in Elverson, PA for the next episode as well. But today we are going to set the finals. We've got our second semifinal matchup. We've got the Kubb Staches, who are the second seed, matching up against Old Line Kubb, who are the third seed. Our quarterfinal matchups, 8 teams in the quarterfinals, and it went completely chalk. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 in the semifinals. 1 knocked off 4 last week. This week we've got the 2-3 matchup, and I think this is going to probably be a pretty good one. These are 2 experienced teams. One is kind of an older team, well, more established players, and the other one had got a couple of good young players or got good new players in there. Commentating with me today, as has been for this entire tournament, Sven Heikes, straight from Sweden, drove his Volvo the whole way here. Sven, how you doing today? What kind of gas mileage did you get in that Volvo?
Doing great, Drew. In the mid-20s, you know.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Got a few fill-ups to get here from Sweden, but
yeah, that's not bad. But when you got to drive 2,000 miles under the ocean, it's pretty tough.
I have one correction to make, though. The Kubb Staches were in the last semifinal. This is the Squirrel Staches, which I know is confusing, but
correct.
The Swan and the Squirrel.
Yeah, I've screwed that up about 4 times, I think, already. I keep calling the Squirrel Staches the Kubb Staches, but it is the the Squirrel Staches.
You just did it again.
So Squirrel Staches, Old Line Kubb, same record. These 2 teams met in round 3, and it went to time. Squirrel Staches got the extra 1/6 of a point there. They tied leading while Old Line Kubb was tied trailing. So we are not going to have any ties. There is no time limit. It's a no holds barred cage match. We've got 0 time limits here. So Sven, we got the Squirrel Staches. I almost said Kubb Staches again. We got the Squirrel Staches. We've got Old Line Kubb. It's kind of established players versus newer players, but these new players are really good players. Who you got today?
This is a tougher one to call, Drew. I lean towards the Swan and the Squirrel on this one, with a slight edge in experience and overall firepower. But the Old Line Kubb can definitely bring it. I know they were right up there at the number 1 seed going into the last round, and they lost in, I believe, 3 turns to Kubb Staches, but it was like 8 Kubbs in play after on the 3rd. So they can bring it too. This is wide open, but I give a slight edge to the Swan and the Squirrel here throwing now.
Yeah, so I will say when it comes to experience, Old Line Kubb, a lot more experience than New Line Kubb. So they've got a little bit of an advantage there.
That is correct.
When it comes to the pick, I am going to go with the Squirrel Staches as well. And the reason I am going to do that is pretty straightforward. I think, first of all, I think Old Line Kubb is good from 8 meters. I think they're good blasting. I think they're good drilling, all of those things. I think the big difference in this one, the Squirrel Staches have Kyle Weekland, who is top 5 at least in the country from 8 meters. The guy can just kill it. And I think that's probably going to be a big difference in this one.
I wouldn't disagree with that. That's a factor here. We got Joe Harvard here. They need to get a couple here, and they're fortunate that the Squirrel Staches went open, and if they give them 6 batons, that's an issue, and they just did.
Yeah. So this one could be over right here. That would be something else.
That would be something else. I have seen that happen before, but not in a while.
I've done it before at the Spring Fling. I don't know when, a few years ago, beat Das Kubb. Yes. Five baselines in the king. Game over.
That is where I've heard of it happen before, but it was when Bob teamed up with Mike Davids. They did it in one of the qualification rounds a few years ago at the Spring Fling as well.
Nice.
Something about that one, I guess, just brings it out of you. But yeah.
Well, here goes Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to mark it down for at least a meatloaf already.
Another interesting development. It must be cloudy enough that Jake lost the hat, so he's no longer
Oh yeah,
guardian.
look at that. Well, Kyle does have the meatloaf already. Now he's
Yes,
going for the
he's
turkey.
going for the
It's
turkey. Oh, he
oh, and he's
missed.
already got it. That's a turkey
Oh,
right there. Oh man,
your 5-year-old draw that true.
no, I think we got that one from Miss Smith's second grade class. They're
Oh,
big fan of the videos. They sent in
that's
a turkey drawing.
fantastic.
Yeah, so just like that, you talked about Old Line needed to pick up a couple when they had 4 batons in hand, and just like that, now they're down 4 coops.
Yeah, 4-6 there. It's a good way to take advantage of the opportunity put in front of them there by the Swan and Squirrel. So,
Yep.
this is, and now they have Old Line's got a pretty big hill to climb here. Yeah, 4 in play, baseline full. They need some efficiency. They need 4 with 1, 4 with 2, hit their 8s just to make this a game. If they don't hit at least 2 or 3 this turn, this is looking like a 3-turner
Yeah.
for the Squirrel Staches.
So Swan and Squirrel, as everyone knows, coached by David Attenborough. Do you know who David Attenborough is?
No idea, Drew.
No. He's that guy who always talks on the nature videos with the British accent.
Oh, okay.
Did you never watch
We,
Planet Earth or whatever that show was called on Discovery? That's a good show.
I don't think we get Discovery in Sweden, Drew.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Reference is completely lost on me, but
Oh yeah, I
kind of
forgot.
like that Friday Night Lights reference from about
Yeah, yeah.
4
Yeah.
hours ago. You're like,
Yes. 4 hours ago.
clear eyes, full hearts. You're like, you're supposed to say can't lose. And you're like, nothing. Yeah,
4 hours ago or 3 hours ago metric time. I know how the Swedes use the metric, so we want to make conversions. So 4 hours ago American, 3 hours ago metric.
Yes, and they have taken 4 at a group of 4 is not what they were looking for.
No, I don't think so.
These are 2 must hits. Oh, nice hit there by Joe. He just needs.
So we saw Joe team up with Bob to win the spring fling earlier this year. That was a dominating performance. They took out the Kubb snipers in the finals.
Did.
Very impressive performance. I don't remember exactly what the run was to finish that one, but I know.
It was ridiculous, Drew.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what it was, but it was impressive.
It was 5 out of 6. I think Joe ended with the meatloaf, and the graphics department was so excited they just missed it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's as always, that's one of the qualifications for getting a meatloaf is you have to get 2 out of 3 because 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and the graphics department has to realize that that's what's happening.
Yeah, they were just beside themselves with excitement considering what had happened the game before, and then Bob and Joe came back and just lit it up to finish that one. So
what do you got here? Is this one over right here?
Let me see what they do with these cubes. Let's get Joe out of the way and just take a look. But yeah, I'd say unless they waste a baton or 2, this should be over.
So there's a bit of a fence line, but there might be a triple double in there.
I'm seeing either 2 doubles and a single, or maybe a triple double, or they could get the front triple and split it up. Either way, I'm thinking 3 batons at most. Kyle hits the 8, and we're out of here.
Kyle is pretty. He's a beast when it comes to 8. So 8 meter players in the country. Give me your top or whatever it might be.
This is a tough one, Drew. This is a tough one. So
entire country.
I know.
We're not talking about Sweden.
And that's the problem, man. Is
United States only.
I've been scouting all summer, Drew. It's just hard. You're gonna leave people out. I don't want to upset people. I see. There's the triple I was saying. Now this could be 2. That was the better triple. You didn't want to get the other one to split it up. So he's just got to nail this shot, and that's not what he's looking for.
He's switching up batons. That was the problem.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll answer your question in a second. Let's see if they can get out of this game.
There
we go.
So Kyle's red zone.
Yeah, 1 and 2 on this, and we're out of here, and then we can delve into the best 8 meter players in the country.
Oh,
I know.
That's just oh no, he's got 3 in
He's
hand.
got 3. He just needs 1 out of 2. Oh, all
Oh,
right. So he didn't get it. Another
all right.
turn.
Well,
Uh,
Kyle drops out of the best.
Kyle's not in the best in the country anymore after
No,
this performance. He can be. I mean, there's a lot of that's a nice shot. There's a lot of people that can be. He definitely is up there. I'm not going to rank him. I'm just going to throw out some names. So let's see. I'd throw Kyle in there. I'd definitely throw Marco Amon in there. His numbers are ridiculous. Um, I'd throw Ethan Fournier in there definitely. That guy's Adam Holtz, no doubt.
I
Uh,
was going to mention Adam. We saw him on the East Coast just drop bombs in the
mhm.
finals.
Yeah, they're both on tears this year. Adam and Ethan. Let's see. Who else would we? Oh, Phil Dickinson, no doubt. When you put him in there, the assassin himself.
Yep.
Um,
I'd say that's a pretty good list.
that's a pretty good list just off the top of
Yeah.
my head. I'm sure
If
I'm leaving somebody out. I mean, I know I put Emily O'Sullivan in there. She doesn't play much anymore. She's definitely one of the best. Um, Phil G from Chaska when he's on, he's on. Uh, yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
yeah,
But
I'd say that's a pretty good list.
yeah,
I know I'm not on that
appreciate
list.
that, Drew. I'm
Yeah,
not
I knew you were looking. I knew
either.
you were looking
Either
for
is
that
Bob.
improvement. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'd say that's a good list. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just kind of popped in my mind.
I'm
Uh,
sure there's some St. Paul people we're missing, and I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people we're missing. They always leave people off lists like that. That's why I don't like to make them, Drew. You painted me in a corner.
well, you could always just fly back to Sweden if it gets too hot in the kitchen.
Yeah, definitely.
Reminder: upcoming tournaments going across the bottom of the screen. Get out there, sign up for one of them, get after it. It'd be a grand time, even if you come in last place. I've come, maybe not last place, but I've finished poorly in many tournaments and still had a good time every time. So, frankly, the first tournament I ever played in was a tournament in Charlotte, Queen City Kubb, and Mike asked me to come down and play, and I said, I need to tell you, I've never actually played in a tournament before, and I have no. Oh, nice, 5 with 6
I
or
want to
5 with 1,
say 5 with 6. That wouldn't be good.
5 with 6. Oh, and then 6 with 2.
That's a nasty blasty.
That's a
The
nasty
committee
blasty.
committee has put their heads together and gave that the thumbs up. He needs to
Yeah,
get your pad
and
though.
the Russian and Canadian judge both pushed the button. The Italian judge said, "Yet." He's bilingual. He speaks Russian as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, there are Russians on the committee, so that would make sense.
yeah, maybe he was whispering that to the Russian guy. Oh,
There, we need Old Line needs a solid 2 more on this one. They need a turkey out of Mike Hranjic. I mean, this is dire. I got
oh,
2. I got the meatloaf in hand. Let's see if he can slam the door with a turkey.
no
Nope.
dice, but that's a meatloaf, my friends.
Oh,
Pretty,
is he
pretty.
creeping again? Think he might be creeping.
He's creeping a little bit. He's creeping a little bit. So
I love
yeah.
it
So
when he
anyway,
creeps.
first tournament I ever played in. I told Mike, I said, Mike, I've got no idea what I'm doing, and he said, yeah, nobody cares. Just come and have a good time. And so
Yeah,
I went and had a good time, and boy, I had a hell of a good time. So
that's all
uh,
that matters, Drew.
yeah,
Well,
we were completely uncompetitive, but had a great time doing it. So
exactly. Who'd you play with in that one?
I played with my wife.
There you go. Okay.
That was her first and last Coupe tournament. She
She said,
not that not that not that she didn't have a good time. She had a great time. The problem was that that was the fall tournament in Charlotte, which they don't have anymore. But I think it was in October, and by the time the scuffle for the shovel came around in January, 3 months later, she was pregnant and was not interested in gallivanting across the countryside to play Coupe anymore. So
I
that was
can't
the end of
blame.
that.
Plus, it's a 1v1 that one, so it's like, I mean, there's no way. There's
Yeah.
no way like your average, Kubb wife is gonna just go play in a 1v1. That's above and beyond. Some
Yes.
some will, I'm sure, but I know mine won't. There's no way. Of course,
Well,
she's back in Sweden, and
yes.
I may never see her again, but that's neither here
So
nor
speaking of Sweden, I was thinking of famous
there.
Swedish things the other day, outside of meatballs and
And fish.
IKEA and Volvos
Oh,
and
it's all fish.
yeah, and Swedish fish. Love the Swedish fish. Um, there is the well, first of all, Squirrel Stashes are going to win it this time. Their
Yeah, they
baseline
got
clear
they
this
got
one.
this here.
Yeah, so
Baseline
we can
clear, 8 in play. This is over.
yeah, so we can chit chat for
They'd
a
have
bit.
to throw away 4 at
Correct.
least.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So the where was I going? Oh, famous Swedish things. Um, Lots of hockey players. We won't get into that. But I was thinking the Swedish bikini team. You don't hear about that much. Maybe they had a few bad drafts or something, and you don't hear much about the Swedish bikini team anymore. And then the other one, I believe, um, if you used to watch ESPN2 like in the mid 90s, back when they actually, showed fun sports on ESPN2, they had the World's Strongest Man competition, and I used to watch quite a bit of that. And I believe Magnus for Magnuson, I think he's from Sweden, if you remember that name.
Yeah, I do. He might be. You'd think I would know,
Yeah,
but you would think a lot of things a normal Swedish person would know. I don't know. So
we
let's
need.
just call. We'll call it. He's a he's. Let's just say this, Drew. He's a national hero.
Yes, he is. Well, I mean, of course he is.
And even if he's not, we're wrong about most of what we say here anyway. So I'm going with it. He's a national hero, and he's below. He's statues all over the country.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Maybe we need to get the research department on that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Probably
research
should.
department, get on.
I think the shot here is obvious. I don't know why he was just hit that split. You're
Oh,
done. Right,
um,
right there, right in the
I
middle.
need
Yep, right there. Oh, he just missed it. Yeah,
close.
good idea.
I'm getting word in my ear from the research department
Oh,
that
he's
Magnus
Austrian.
Magnus for Magnuson is from Iceland. So
So
scratch
close.
that.
Like I said, he's a national hero in Iceland.
Yes, exactly.
I mean,
Statues all over the
there's
place.
a reason why. Oh
Missed-
no,
Kyle missed the
Squirrel
key.
missed one. Getting
Uh,
squirrely. Whew. He did
that's
not back off that one at all.
Yeah. So yeah, Old Line Kubb dug themselves a hole in that one by going 0 for 4 to start out with, and that actually bring their 8 meter percentage down quite a bit, 27%, 3 for 11. That's not going to cut it against the Squirrel Staches, but the Squirrel Stache is pretty strong. Actually, everybody's pretty strong, blasting 1.9, 1.7, and then 45%. Kyle had that turkey, that helps that quite a bit. But yeah, Old Line Kubb needs to. They're going to need to pick up the 8 meter game in the second game, or this is going to be over real quick.
And Joe Harbert here is also known as the Swag King. He has more swag for Old Line Kubb than you can ever imagine. Including you can see the banner in the background there off the tent. But these jerseys were especially made just for this tournament. Yeah, he goes all out on the swag.
So this team is.
That was
I
a good
wouldn't say
shot.
it
Go
was.
ahead.
I wouldn't say this is a Frankenstein team because the Squirrel Stashes are a true Frankenstein team.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mike generally plays with. Yeah, he plays with a
Because
few, but yeah, the Cuz primarily. And then Joe doesn't really have a constant teammate.
and the closest he's gotten is I think he's only played with one team twice, and that's Das Kub, as far as I know.
So that is true. They played at Nationals together, and they played at the East Coast Championship together.
Yeah,
So I don't know. You play with them twice, I think you become at least an honorary member.
he's definitely a member. Oh, I almost doubled that off. Yeah, so then I think Mike and Joe were trying to play at the 2020 East Coast Championship, but that both ended up going, but it didn't work out for them to play together. I think Mike played with cousin Dave there, and I believe Joe played with Jim Fravel. They met in the silver final, and Joe and Jim took the win. Here goes Kyle.
Yep.
These guys might have a perfect turn here if he can hit this 8, which again puts him way down. And he
Oh,
does.
nice.
Jeez.
I was just noticing how Kyle holds the baton. It's kind of like he's holding a hot dog.
How do you hold a
You,
hot dog, Drew?
kind of like in, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, whoa.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to like do it over, if you were looking at me, I'd show it to you. Well, Sven, you could look at me and I
Yeah,
could,
yeah, yeah. It's
but
just not gonna work on video.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the audio of it just doesn't. I was, I'm not American, so we don't do a lot of hot dogs and sweet,
yeah,
Drew.
that's true.
So I mean,
That's
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
well,
I'll try to look next
sure
time.
hot dogs in Sweden are made out of reindeer meat, aren't they?
No, Drew, we don't have hot dogs.
Okay.
Maybe our sausages would be, but hot
Okay.
dogs, no, we don't have that concept.
You notice Jake broke out the wide-brimmed
He
hat
must
again.
think that's sunny.
Yeah.
He was like, man, people need to know that the swan likes to garden. Don't want to get confused.
You
Don't
do
want
a
to
lot
get
of
that.
gardening in Sweden, Sven.
Uh, no, not much at all.
I'd imagine during the summer you get a lot of sunlight, 20
Well,
hours a day.
you
'Cause
do, you do. That's very true. But
you grow a lot of crops, a lot of tomatoes in the
I
summer.
think it's kind of like you're kind of born into the gardening thing, and my family's not into gardening, man. Sorry,
See.
it's just not how we roll. We play Kubb 20 hours a day.
Yeah, of course.
That's just what we do in the summer. He is breaking this one down. So he's number 24. What number is Mike there? 9?
Number
Okay.
nine. Nine. That's a tribute to John Lennon.
Oh,
His song number nine. Number nine. It's a horrible song, but
24 is, I don't know. Kobe? Was Kobe 24 at one time?
I don't know.
He was 8. I
I
don't know.
could. Um, you've never
Well,
met anybody who knows less about basketball than I do.
hey, there's trash cans over there are multiplying. You're right.
Yeah, they are. I'm telling you.
That's Laney putting them out. So just from the last episode, man, we're getting our answers now.
Yes.
So they're just taking like a couple extra batons to clear, and it's killing them
Yep, it
because
is.
they need these 8s the way that the Spawn and the Squirrel are just putting them away. There's
Doesn't
one.
do them
Jones,
do them great to catch
yeah,
another one.
he needs this one tied up.
Yeah. I noticed they left the one in the far corner there as well. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's just not fitting their eye or something.
Might be. Man,
No dice. No
needed
dice.
that one. Needed that one.
Yep.
Looked pretty. So here we
Yeah,
go.
when you're facing Jake and Kyle, Jake can blast. Well, Kyle can drill very well. Jake can blast very well, and then Kyle's a monster from 8.
Well,
You just have to
Jake's putting his
continuously
down
pick up
too.
8s.
I mean, that's the problem. They're putting so much pressure on you. You feel like if you lose batons anywhere, especially short at 4 meters, you're in trouble. And I
Yep.
mean, when they're both hitting like they are right now, I mean, you have very little room to have anything not
Yeah.
go away. So, um, yeah, it just puts a lot of pressure on the other team, and these guys are um, together there. I mean, this is Mike's first semifinal that I know of. He was kind of stuck at that T5 range with the Cuz for a while. We talked about you guys talked about that, the East Coast Championship.
Yep.
Um, so it's a new territory for him. Joe's been in a semifinal once on that spring fling, but
Yep. They got nice new sweaters though.
Yeah, I'm not on board with that, Drew.
I don't care. I'm
I
gonna
know
keep
you know.
all
You're
the
just gonna keep
sweaters.
saying it. We don't have to agree. It's fine. I just like, hey, now, this isn't
Yeah.
hockey. It's
I
freaking
think it's
hot out
that
here, Drew.
it's that you know, the that material the running shirts are made out of, the
Yeah,
like, you
that
know,
dry
that's
fit stuff, that
yeah, dry
polyester blend,
wick.
whatever it is. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That
Yes.
still isn't hockey. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can clear this in two and then get the heck out of here. Not
It's
that
like
they could clear in
he's
three, but
yeah, he's taking a lot of green.
well,
A
the
little bit left.
swan's gonna swan, y'all.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just what he
He's
does.
swimming upstream, he's swimming downstream. He's going wherever he wants to.
Oh,
Oh, that was a
and
whole lot of nothing.
that was he's got it's like he leaned it, it's just suspended there.
That's
It's like
suspended
we're
animation.
again, it's like we're in Maryland. Now he's taking a completely different angle.
Yep,
This
that's what I'm
is
telling you.
interesting.
Swimming
And
back
single
up.
bet. So looks like they will survive another turn here unless Kyle can double this off, which I'm not betting he's going to. All right.
That's a negative.
Yep. Took the meatloaf out of his hands. And here we go. See if he can keep going. Man,
Oh,
he's
it's on
just,
fire.
he's on right now. He's feeling it. This goes back to the, whether these guys are subtly talking crap on the baseline about all the times they played this year.
You think so?
I would love it if they did. You know, if Kyle's like, Jake,
You
you know,
remember what happened at Nationals?
mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be hilarious.
So I was gonna say, I was trying to think if they faced off at each other at the East Coast. I'm sure they
Did
probably
for
played each other, but
third
they didn't.
place.
They played for third place,
Yeah,
did they?
yeah. Kyle was with Neil,
Oh
and
yeah,
Jake was with
because
Brian.
Jake and Brian lost to Great
Great
Lakes.
Lakes. Yeah,
Yep, yep, that's true. So
yeah.
who
So they
won
played
that
for
one?
third. Coop Squirrels did. Like I said, they have our number. That's why I said that. It's they're kind of burying the hatchet a little bit. And Jake
Yeah.
teamed up with Kyle after Kyle's been beating him like a I don't know what.
Well, I mean, let's
Beating him
face it.
down
You know,
hardcore all summer.
The squirrel stashes have or I tell you what, these names, projectile or the Kubb squirrels
Hmm.
have the Kubb stashes number this year.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
far,
projectile dysfunction has their number this year as well. They're 1-2 against them, but they still have their number somehow.
let me tell you though. I mean, after
Oh, is that a friendly neighbor?
it looks like it might be. The Bob and Brian are headed to Ohio for the Ohio Championship, and their sole mission on that trip is to go squirrel hunting, Drew.
Oh, I hear you.
Go
I hear you.
taking down some squirrels.
That's
Oh
good.
yeah, he got the neighbor.
So that is an interesting throw because you have a friendly neighbor as well as a penalty coop.
I know. That's you gotta hope you can maybe get these 5 with 1 because they need it, and I don't
Yeah,
think they can.
yeah, that's going to be
Jake needs to get out of our shot here.
yeah.
The Swan.
See, but that 22 dead up like a swan, isn't
Hmm. Yeah, it's majestic.
it?
And now he's looking for the
It's like they're going
awkward
for
placement behind the king.
maybe like a 6.5 meter shot or so.
Yeah. That one, I like that placement too. It's something with you stick it, even if it's not even close to the king, you stick it back there. People blow
Gets
a lot of batons at it, man.
gets in their head a little bit. Oh,
It
nice triple.
gets in their kitchen.
Yeah, I really like the way Joe blasts. He
Yeah.
delivers that baton just dead parallel to the ground, and all the force goes right into it. Oh, and a nice double
Oh,
too.
gorgeous. That was a nice clear 5-2 is quality to see if they can pick this up and then get a few eights.
Yeah, they
They're
split
gonna.
up the blast too, which is kind of you know, when you take a triple and then step back, it's a little odd. Maybe
Eh,
Joe's. Oh, they're continuing to split it up.
yeah. Well, Mike's wasn't really that close. So, Oh,
Yeah.
that was. Man, see, I tell you, if you stick it
Yeah.
anywhere behind the king, you might as well just. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there
Finally
you go.
got it. Took three though.
Top
Sweep,
shot.
sweep the leg on that one. I think
Yeah, I hear you.
they went with the Kubb or Kai effect. Sweep the leg.
Joe's got to get this one. Oh,
And
there
he
we
did.
go.
Still, there's only
Right, yeah.
7 in play.
It's 7 in play. They're gonna have to hope that the
They
Squirrel
need it.
Staches.
Yeah, they need another turn where Jake hits a lot of singles and throws some batons away.
Yeah,
That's their only hope here, I think, with the way Kyle's hitting his eights.
they're hanging on a bit here.
They are hanging on for dear life. They're barely breathing, Drew. Let's see. All of Kyle's shots are they're very long.
Yeah, yeah,
We have
whether he's blasting or 8 meters or
quite a
swings.
contrast here because we got Bob in the background. He has I think the shortest drill shot ever. He doesn't even take it back. Watch
Yeah.
this. Watch in the background there real quick. Nope, nope. He
Just,
barely even. Nope, that's the
well,
bad one
I don't know. That
too.
was a good. That wasn't a good one to watch him on.
No, that was the lame duck. But you know, it's like he barely even friggin' has a backswing. I mean, he just pops it out there, and I
Yeah.
don't think there's anyone else that I've ever seen that throws it quite like that. But Kyle also has an interesting. His Kubb path in the air is very flat, and it doesn't really. It kind of defies all the rules, but it always works. So you can't.
A lot of
It's
moving parts there. I would describe it as majestic and flowing.
yes, but it's very flat in the air, which is odd.
Yeah,
And it doesn't look like it works. Should work, but it does work. So
sure
you know,
does.
yeah,
Kyle's
you
got a
can't.
video out there on YouTube on the Kuban page about his kind of philosophies and what he tries to do when he's drilling. Pretty interesting video if you want to talk or learn about drilling.
Yeah,
Kyle's a good one to learn from. He's got a video out there. So check out the Kuban YouTube page.
yeah. I was using that in my scouting. So
Oh, were you?
I was
Yeah,
trying to get in depth as much videos as I could find on these players. You can't see them all the time. So I've been running around here all summer, but you still
yeah.
can't catch all their matches. So as much videos you can get, the better.
Putting a lot of miles on that Volvo.
Oh, well, it turned into a Ford once I got here. Like I said, they took
Oh
my
yeah, I
accent
forgot.
through.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's just we're all American now. But one as soon it's like Cinderella's carriage. As soon as we head back over the ocean, it turns back into a Volvo.
Oh, that's good.
My accent returns too. It'll come back.
Okay. So
All right, so he's in
Jake
the red
got
zone.
what, six with three?
hmm Here we go. It's all on Kyle's baton. See if we can shut the door. No, wait, there's one left. So I guess we're
I
going
think
another turn.
I think he hit some junk in front on the first blast.
I
He's
wasn't
looking
paying enough attention, Drew.
all right. So he's looking to go baseline clear, and he does. Man, he is good.
It's just filthy. The
It
guy
is
is
nasty.
a filthy 8-meter shot. Just absolutely gorgeous. It hurts their hearts. They gotta
So
watch it. Like we just can't beat this guy. How are we gonna beat this guy?
so Kyle in one of the matches in the preliminaries that we had, he went double meatloaf in one game. Double meatloaf. That's hard to
Mhm.
do. I mean, it's hard enough to get one meatloaf. He got two meatloafs in one game.
When you're making it rain loafs,
Yeah.
Drew, it's pretty much game over.
Yep. So he had two meatloafs earlier. He had a turkey in this one.
hmm
He's been all over it today.
Yeah, Mike's putting a nice drill together here.
That is.
That one might be out.
A little bouncy on that one.
He throws it pretty flat too. There he goes.
Put it back
Looks like
together. As
yeah,
soon
it looks like he's got a
you
couple of
jinxed,
rethrows.
you jinxed him, Sven. You jinxed him. As soon as you said something, they were, bow, bow. Oh, that's out.
I have that effect on people, Drew. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
by now anyway. I mean, come on.
They're both out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both out. He just needs to keep this clean. He needs to keep these in. They need to win here. They're the
He could be pretty safe with these. I mean, even if he tries to pile them into the pile there,
yeah.
there's
There's a lot of, but he needs. I mean, they need to win here, Drew.
yeah.
Baseline clear with the squirrel stashes. That's
No,
over.
I forgot that there was still I was thinking there was still one left on the baseline. I guess I could have looked up, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
Well, the graphics department's trying to help you out too, but
Yeah, but
I don't know. Yeah, this doesn't look good. I mean, they'd
no,
have
they're
to
walking
clear
off.
that. They have
Walking
to.
off. Oh no, they're not walking off. I thought they'd quit. I
They're
thought they were
just
leaving.
like we're done. Now they have to clear that bigger group there with basically they're gonna need to clear it with one or two, and then get to double here, which on the outside there, which looks like it could be a corner facing, a little off. I don't know. I mean, they have to get this in three.
Well, the two rethrows, yeah, it doesn't look like they're it looks like they're lined up well, but the front one is you got the corner looking right at you, so that's
Hmm.
going to be a tough double. So maybe two there, and then I don't know if you're going to take two on the big pile. That only leaves you two left to clear. Um, got to go two for two.
Yeah, I mean,
Ye-
either way, they need the group in three. They need two eights and the king to go to game three. If they don't do that, this is over. I'm calling it right now.
All right.
They either win here or they lose here, Drew.
Okay.
And then it'll be
You, you know
them
you
and them and Das Kub for third place, and we know how that's gonna go. I
you've
mean,
done scouting. You've done all the
history is
scouting.
our guide. I,
I'll trust what you say.
I know. We keep waiting for it, you know. Those guys have talent. They can do it. They just need to get over there's something in their way. We don't know what it is, but some mental block. I don't know. They just have they get so maybe they just get so disappointed when they
Yeah.
lose that semifinal that you just can't recover. I've been there before. Well,
That's a nice batch of five there on the left hand side, our left hand side.
it is. The problem is they have the other three. I mean, even and they have that one kind of back off it. I mean, even if they get these five with one, which would be great, then they still need a double somewhere.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't get it.
it's, what, three or so. Yeah,
Hmm.
three, and now there's a bit of junk in front of one of them.
Hmm.
Looks like you could get a triple, yeah, with that shot.
They know this is it if
Yeah,
they don't hear. I mean, they at the very least, and I'm going to back off what I said, even though I still firmly believe that it's true. They very least have to get 10 in play. Even then, I don't think it matters.
oh boy, if you could get an angle. I don't know if you're going to be
They-
able to get that angle though.
No, there's. I think this is going to take
Yeah.
probably three more.
All right, it's over. I'm saying it's over.
Oh, he's calling it. I. It's a shame. I mean, I don't know. It's just hard to keep up with what Kyle and the
I was
Swan are
gonna
doing.
say I don't think Old Line has played bad. I think in the first game they were hurt by the 0 for 4 on their first turn. Um,
Yeah.
but
If anything, this game's taken probably a turn or two longer than it should have.
yeah,
The Swan was a little inefficient with his blast shots. Um, not bad, but just not quite getting what was there, and uh, you know, they easily could have closed it the last two turns they had. Nice,
that
nice
was that
try.
he had a shot. That was heading
Wow.
towards that baseline if it just had a little more steam on it. Of course, if
Yep.
it had a little more steam on it, you might have not hit the field coop. But
Yeah, it's a risk.
oh,
No.
changed his mind. Changed his mind.
Jeez. Yeah.
Wasn't feeling it. Changed his mind.
I think it's futile, but getting one more in play can make a difference. So, and he
There you go.
does. That's huge. I mean, just getting
Oh,
one more
nice
is
play.
big.
Yep. 9 in
You
play.
never know. Somebody, if Kyle throws a penalty on one, like that's what they're hoping for now. They need a penalty, at least one, maybe two. They they need a lifeline, Drew.
Yeah.
They need
Well,
to
you
phone.
figure, I mean,
They
even
need to
if,
phone a friend.
yeah, so you got 9, you got to do 9 with 5. Um, and you figure on the first blast, they're probably going to get 3 at the least. That was a little,
Good start for Old Line there.
yeah, that was a
That
little
one
fast.
got really squirrely on him. He's staying at the corner, but the Old Line's sitting back there. They got to be hoping, like, just you got to throw him out of bounds now, Kyle. And he's not, but
They're up close to that line.
mhm,
I don't know if there's
I
any
think they're
rethrows.
in.
Well, now he's just piling them in there.
Yeah, he's got a wall built up now, but that's really like Goofy's
Goofy on
in
that
too,
one.
and
Oh,
another one.
another one.
Jeez,
I don't know if
he,
that
he made
last one
one
made it.
mistake, so he has one mistake on the first one, and I think he's all in.
Yeah, they're raising them, so I think they're all in. But
But
now
that
you got a mess of a raise because they're all in there tight.
and that mistake's not going to cut it. That's just a baton.
Yeah,
He's looked like 8 with 2 if he can hit it right. Either way, they should have plenty of batons left over for the king.
correct. And if they do take this game, they advance to the finals, um, as we saw last week.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's going to be a,
I'm gonna have a hard time picking against these the Squirrel and the Swan the way they're playing. I
you
think
think
they
so?
they're playing a little better than the Kubb Staches right now.
I'll wait
Uh,
until we have the final set before I
you
start
know,
thinking about my
bl-
prediction. But
blood
boy, they're looking strong.
oh, they're not losing this. Blood's blood's thicker than water, but
It's
you
going to
know.
be. I tell you what, though, if the Squirrel Stashes win this game, make it to the finals, there are going to be a lot of Kubb Stash sweaters in that final match.
hmm A lot of green. They're all hulking.
Yes. Hulk mad.
You wouldn't like them when they're angry, Drew.
No, no.
Especially the Swan.
Oh,
Man, he's just a little short on that rotation.
yeah.
Use the wrist, Swanee. There he
Yeah,
goes.
there you go.
There
That
he
was.
goes. He listened to me.
Yeah, I don't know how many that was, but it was a whole
That,
mess up.
that was
Oh,
all
that's
at
clear.
once.
So
3 for
Kyle
this
has
one.
2 to get the one. Oh,
Oh, and he just
uh,
threw it all the way back to the
that's
baseline.
right.
Oh,
That is over, and the Squirrel Stashes, very impressive.
yes.
Um, very impressively win 2 games to nothing. I don't think Old Line played bad. 1.5 and 39%. 39, little short, but
I'm not going to
not.
get it done when they're shooting 60 on the other side.
Yeah, 59%, 10 for 17. So Squirrel Stashes advanced to the finals 2-0. They will now be facing off against the Kubb Stashes and then Das Kubb, Old Line Kubb for the third place match. I tell you what, I have no chance in the finals. As many times as I've mixed up the Kubb Stashes and the Squirrel Stashes,
You're
I'm
done.
screwing that up the entire time.
Just
So,
calm the Swan and the Squirrel. It'll be easier.
yeah, Swanee and Squirrel.
Squirrely Swan.
The Squirrely Swan. So yeah, good showing for Old Line. Just came up a bit short. Had some problems there at 8 meters on a couple turns, and used an extra baton or so every once in a while to clear the field cubes. But when you're going up against a buzzsaw, that's the difference right there. So I'm not going to give my prediction yet. Sven, I know you have a lot of spreadsheets to work through. I know that's how you make your predictions, a lot of analysis and whatnot. So, I'll
Yeah,
give you time to
definitely. I
do that.
appreciate that, Drew.
Yeah, I know you got a lot of calculations, analysis to do. So we'll hold off on any predictions in the finals until we get to the finals. Um, but yeah, it ought to be a beauty. The two best teams all day. 1 seed, 2 seed. They've been
Three-time to two-time defending champ versus one of those losers in the final. So they're looking to come back and get some redemption.
yeah.
Squirrel Stashes are.
So that one ought to be a beauty. So that'll
Mhm.
be next week's episode, and that will be the last episode of this tournament. We're going to do the finals, and we'll also have some highlights of the third place match between Old Line Kubb and Das Kubb. We'll see how that one turns out.
We don't need to watch the whole thing, Drew. We know where that's going.
I'm not making well. Have you already done your spreadsheets and analysis? Is that what you're telling?
Yeah, that analysis was done weeks ago, Drew, and it's pretty much. I mean, we've pretty much already engraved the plaques for third place on this one.
Okay, all right, I
It's
got you.
and Das Kube is just they're locked into their old habits. I think they're.
All right. Well, Das Kubb, I want you to know that's Sven saying that. That's not me. You know, I'm always rooting for you guys.
No,
So
I'm rooting for him, man. I've been rooting him for him for it seems like years to get out of that hole, but they just keep digging.
it is what it is. Oh
Yep.
well.
Oh
Okay,
well.
well, thanks everybody for watching, tuning in. We appreciate. Oh, we're down to 20 subscribers. So last episode 21, this week 20.
You
Oh
know what it
boy,
is, Drew? I think it's our Swedish subscribers bailed because they got angry.
yeah, it could be. It's a possibility.
It's like, man,
Always a
this Sven
possibility.
guy doesn't know what the heck he's talking about.
Yeah. Well, who is this guy? Yeah. Um, yeah. So anyway, but the remaining 20 subscribers plus the 34 viewers that we'll have, we appreciate you watching. So
I think we'll
until next time, we'll see you in the finals. Bazooka.
Bazooka.